Morning and welcome to the chat on Newsday Amarillo and News Channel 10-2. I'm David Lovejoy.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Rhonda Lawnert.
And I'm 100% Chuckalicious Chuck Williams.
I joined us with a guy that's part of the original chat when we first kicked this thing off. Brant comes in to hang out with us. His thing, Brant really likes to help people, and he likes to help people achieve things, no matter how small or how big. It's about helping people get into position to live a better life. Brant has just been working like crazy across the state of Texas to bring this in. We had a great chuckle a moment ago during the break. Brant, you never worked with Rhonda, have you?
No, I haven't. And
So
it's wonderful to see her.
Hi, Brant.
We're introducing everybody. Brent goes, who's that beauty queen you got sitting there with you? And Chuck said, oh, well, what can I say? And he's like, he's not talking about you.
Well, as we all know, it's all about me.
Well, yeah. Hey, I've really missed seeing you, Black Yoda. You know,
Hey.
I'm
Don't think do.
Black Yoda.
That's what he nicknamed him.
I got to write that down.
That's what
Okay.
well, you know, Rhonda. I mean, I said to Chuck just a while ago. I said, hey, I didn't know they hired supermodels. He goes, well, you know, yeah. And then Captain Lovejoy started laughing and all. No, I remember talking to you guys in the beginning and had so much fun. My gosh, that's been years ago and missed you guys. But Chuck would always have these words of wisdom, and I thought, man, he's like a Black Yoda. So I started calling him Black Yoda, and it stuck.
I get it. Yeah.
Brant, you've been working on a lot of different projects and working on a lot of different things. What drives you? What drives you to say, like I said, Brant, I've seen you donate equipment to different causes. You did editing and videos for different businesses and different young entrepreneurs. What drives you to do that?
Living a life of contribution. You know, Les Brown was an inspiration to me. If you know who Les Brown is, he's my hero. I'm wanting to interview him actually. But you know, living a life of contribution. I learned a long time ago. I was in my dad died when I was 10. My mom, being raised by a single mom, the school that I went to, some would call a ghetto school, but you know, raised in some hard times, but just raised to believe there wasn't anything I couldn't accomplish. And so I just started living out my dreams by helping other people live out theirs. And the enjoyment, you know, the fulfillment that came from that was more fulfilling than anything else. I remember in 94, I was a piano prodigy when I was 14, and I was in the studio at age 24. And it's like, you know, like the universe, like God said, you know, hey, man, you know, you're having more enjoyment watching them in their first time record an album than you doing what you've always done. And so it just really stuck, you know, and I got the nickname Dream Maker, you know, over 30 years ago, and just love helping people step into their dreams. But that's what drives me, guys, you know, and Rhonda is living beyond myself. You know, we're only here for a short time. But Les Brown, you know, his mission statement was to ignite the greatness in people. And that's been mine for so many years. And I've reaped the success of it. I've lived out all my dreams. But a few years ago, Brent McClure, sharp young man, and you guys know him, Channel 10 and the general manager, and he's just incredible, man. He said, man, just focus on encouraging people. And I've still been producing 11 TV shows a week, you know, and hosting some of them. One of them, the news show hit 31 million households last month. And you know what? That's not where the enjoyment is. The enjoyment is seeing the light bulb come on in someone's eyes and helping people step into their dreams. And so, you know, I'm not 20 years old anymore. I'm in my mid 50s. I almost qualify for the senior discount now, guys. So my focus now is to help people step into their dreams and encouraging people and taking Brent McClure's good suggestions. So it's great, man.
So you've mentioned dreams, I would say 4 or 5 times just in that little segment that we did.
Yeah.
And so your mission is to help people realize their dreams. And here's what I think people should understand is when you get to help somebody realize their dreams, it's reciprocal. It's you
Mhm.
help somebody, but you get to have some enjoyment in that as well. So
Mhm.
talk about that journey and what you have seen and what you have most enjoyed with helping people.
Sure, sure. Well, yeah, I remember driving in Tulsa with a friend, and 'cause I got my start in radio. But you know how that started? We're driving. He said, I've always wanted to have a radio show. I thought, huh, okay, well, let's make that happen for you. So I picked up my cell phone. They were pretty new at that time, more like my flip phone. And I called the manager of the radio station that I knew of and said, hey, I want to pitch an idea to you tomorrow. He said, sure. And I'd done radio commercials when I was, 16 years old and voiceovers and stuff. And so I hung up the phone, had the appointment, and I thought, okay, now I got to figure out how to do a radio show.
Right.
And so the next
Mhm.
day, I pitched the idea to him, and just seeing the joy in my friend's eyes that he was going to have his own radio show. I didn't know I was going to co-host it. A lot of things I start for other people, I end up helping them until they're ready to take it on their own. That model. I do it, you watch me. You do it, I watch you. You do it, I do something else. But I just really caught the vision for helping others, and that's how it all started with with radio, then television. But the joy that comes from helping others. Rhonda, you're great, and it's great to meet you. And she's good on camera too, guys.
Yeah, right.
When you're outside, Chuck, when you were dating that beautiful woman back in the day, and it was cold outside, and you rubbed her shoulder because you wanted to warm her, but in the process you got warm.
Right.
That's exactly. Oh yeah, that's exactly what Rhonda's talking about. In the process of helping others, you really do reap what you sow. And so again, it's just such a rush to hear what people's
Mhm.
dreams are, to encourage people that, you know what, you weren't born to pay bills and die.
How about
You
that?
were born. How about that? And Lovejoy, I was thinking about you yesterday, man. I was driving, and you and I go back a little bit, and you're my friend as well, and think the world about you, Chuck, as well. But you always close out the chat, be good to each other. And as I was thinking about you, the song came on the radio from Journey, "Be Good to Yourself,"
Mhm.
when nobody else will. And I thought, you know what? If I get a chance to talk to those guys again, I'm gonna encourage people to be good to themselves. Step into your dreams. Stop the world. The world's made of moments. Stop the world and make some.
There you go. Go ahead,
Brent,
Joe.
Brent, the way I'm looking at it, adversity equals success. Now, the more adversity you have, the greater the success should be. But it doesn't always work out like that, does it?
Right. It doesn't. It doesn't. But you know what? You got to keep going. It's that person that's willing to try the 20th time that
Okay.
succeeds.
Yeah.
And Chuck, as an encouragement to you, I mean, man, in my world, failure doesn't exist.
Right.
Yeah.
There's
No,
just
no.
learning. There's just learning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you wouldn't learn what you've learned if you haven't tried.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are afraid to try. One of my shows is a national news show. There's a lot of things in the world that are bothering people, that are causing a lot of distress. But I tell you what, when I stop the world and I focus on loving others and helping others,
Right.
and investing into my son and my daughter, and my wife, oh man, that's where the happiness comes from. So, but you never give up, Chuck. You just keep learning. No such thing as failure. You just keep learning until you make it.
Believe
All
me, I
right.
know that about bulls. Believe me.
That's it. That's it. Brent, we got to get out of here. Where can people find your media at? Where can they tune in and find this uplifting spirit, this message that you
Oh
give?
man, I've got hundreds of TV shows, radio shows, and music on YouTube. Just type in Brant Fricker on YouTube. You'll see my celebrity interviews. You'll see TV shows, radio shows, music as well. And anyway, it's a good season. But I'm going to take your advice, Lovejoy. I'm going to be good to others, and I'm going to be good to myself, and just focus on my wife and kids this weekend. I hope you do the same, folks.
Yeah. Love starts with self. And that's something we all have to remember. Brant, great to see you, man. We'll have you back soon. Go
All
to
right.
Brant Fricker on YouTube. We'll take a break. Back with more chat right after this.